Good morning. It is the 2nd of August, would you believe? 2nd of August. Gary, time is flying.
It is.
Time is flying. And anyways, hey, James. Well, yeah, it's bright, nice and sunny day outside. I don't know how it is there, Gary. How is it up there?
More hot rain.
It's still raining. It's hot.
Still raining.
Morning, James. Morning, James.
Good morning.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. I've got my cup of coffee now, so I'm almost awake.
Lovely. And what's the weather like down there, mate?
Blue skies, sunny, and ready for a hot one.
Lovely. Hot one.
Oh, yes.
Yes. On my desk, I've got some PVA stuff to do today, so I'll show you that in a minute. Gary, do you want to go talk about what you've got?
Yeah.
Yeah? What you got on your desk there, my friend?
I have the Apache helicopter.
Okay.
I was sent a video when I was building the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Set me off real bad, smashed it into 1,000 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I sort of had a dream about this again, playing on my mind.
Yeah.
And I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, washed the whole kits or the whole screws ready for today. So I'm planning on making this helicopter because I don't want it to be a recording nightmare or playing on my mind. So I'm going to tackle it now this week and hopefully get a right bit of it done this week.
Yeah, well, good for you for tackling it live on air as well. That's very brave of you.
Yeah, it's just to show other vets, you know, I mean, you can hopefully overcome obstacles, you know what I mean, when you put your mind to it. So I just want to show them that it can be, just takes one thing and away you go.
Yeah, that's right. It just takes one thing to break the camel's back, doesn't it, eh?
But I'm going to tackle it live every day when we're online, Monday and a Wednesday and a Friday. I'll be doing it all live and with my own voice as well.
Okay, good for you. Well done, Gary. It's great.
I
can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it and how you get on. I can't wait to watch your progress. Yeah,
thank you, Malcolm.
How are you getting on with the other one? Are you able to show it? Is it there next to you?
Well, it's over the other side of the table. I got a base built for it last night, but I'll take photographs of it later on this morning and post it up as well, the progress in it as well.
Brilliant. Because that's looking quite nice, that Horser. Done a good job on that too.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome, thank you.
Brilliant. Right, thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Gary, who should we go to next?
James.
yeah. The choice. Good morning, James.
Morning. Could we not gone to someone else? Oh well, we'll slum it then.
So, last and least, James.
Today I've got my daughter Lai on the bench. We've got them all with the primer in the metal finish. And we're going to play with a little bit of mask coal to get some chipping effects for the next layer to go on. So I'm going to progress through that.
Is this the base coat? Is it the silver?
Yeah, this is the metal finish. What we do is put a very small amount of mask coal in the areas that I want some chipping effect. And then I'll go over it with this color here, which is a dark yellow, which is the primer that I used on the aircraft. And then once that paint's dry, repeat the process of the mask coal a little bit, and then put the top coats on. And then when it's all done, all you do is you literally just rub off the mask coal with your finger, and the chipping effect should all be there for you. Yeah,
brilliant. I saw was it Steve last night doing the same effect on his?
Yes, I think actually he was doing a sponge effect. So he wasn't using the mask coal. I don't think so anyway. And he was just using a a natural sponge, and the same sort of technique as dry brushing. So what you do is you put the paint, you load your bit of sponge up with the paint, and then on a separate piece of paper or something, kitchen roll normally, dab away the excess paint. So you've only got a very small amount of paint on the sponge, and then put that onto the model.
Right.
That way you're dealing like a little bit like the dry brushing. You're dealing with very small amounts, very, very, very small amounts of paint to get the effect you want. So it's quite subtle.
I see. He was struggling with it a bit last night.
Yeah, I think what happened was he, in his mind, he was a couple of steps ahead of himself. So I think he forgot to do the dabbing of the excess paint off first, which then obviously gave him a much bigger and bolder effect than he actually was going for. So he went back and started again.
Right.
So yeah, he's done a great job on it, though. In fairness,
yeah, he did. It was good to see the show last night, actually, with talking to Lewis as well.
Yes. I think we've established a couple of things. He's a hero, obviously, but he's also very frightened of moths. If you didn't watch the show last night,
I didn't see that bit.
Natalie had a moment of humour and decided to catch him off and throw it at him.
Oh, blimey!
And he ran out of the room.
Gosh, so he doesn't like moths then?
No, he doesn't like anything that flies. He's. I wouldn't say he's scared of it, but he obviously struggles with it. Bless him.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, but it was humorous.
Well, let's hope he's recovered from that, because he's in the chat and he says, "Morning all."
Indeed. But there you go. That's me anyway.
Yeah. Good.
So,
okay.
What are you be doing, Malcolm?
Let's see. Let's go to the right camera, and there we go. And then we need to switch to me. Hello. So, I'm carrying on with my District 9 truck, the MNU. Got the wheels on. I have made up a series of hubcaps to go on the top. In the concept art, they're quite thick hubcaps that kind of stick out. But I think on reflection, I think these are too big, because they are quite big on the art, but they're not as big as that. So I'll have to find something different to use that's a bit more less imposing, because I find these are too big. I put the other one on as well. I think and there is a bit too much. So those are going to change. So I've got to find something that's going to go in there. I've still got to put the windscreen in. I'll probably do that this week sometime, and then I'm going to put a grill in on both sides as if they've rolled the windows down, because it's much easier to do that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to put an aerial on it, weather it up a bit, or gloss it first, weather it, and then put the lights in, and then I'm done. And then I can then move on to this bit, which looks like an absolute mess. Now, the reason for that is because it's an absolute mess.
You've mastered it then.
Yeah, I've done a really great job of making it look awful. So as you can see, parts of it have come away. When I put this plaster of Paris on top of this wood, I didn't have a key or a surface for it to go onto, basically. So it's come off in places. So what I've got here is a bit of water and a ramekin and some PVA. Some of you may recognize this stuff from previous projects. And it's going to go in there, and then I'm going to kind of dab it all on here and try and get this surface more adhered across the top and in little places. And then I'm going to do that today, which is going to be good viewing, but never mind. And then once I've done that, I'll then go around and add some more plaster of Paris in to some of the places around. And that's it. That's me.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's have a quick look at the chatties. James Skiffin says good morning, all. And I said good morning, everyone. Lewis is in. He says morning, all. So in case people don't know, Lewis did Lewis, a fan of the show, he did a what should we call it? A sponsored haircut. Should we call it that?
Yes, a reverse wig.
Yeah, he did. So let's have a look. Let's see if I can blow that up. There we go. So he had grown a lot of hair over the lockdown. So he decided that he was going to remove it, and then while deciding he was going to remove it, he then thought, I'll do it for charity. So he had a poll up on his Facebook asking people what kind of haircut he would like. And the Gary and James cut won. So he had to be Sean. Sean to like he was the baby he was born as. So at the top there, he says, "Thank you for your support, Lewis, as known as the model making trucker." And I think he has raised £190, maybe more now.
No, it's 200 and £201.
200. Good Lord, that's amazing. Is that a pound for every hair lost?
Almost.
That's amazing. I mean, £200. What Models for Heroes can do with that is quite substantial. So he's done really, really well. I think probably buy about 15 different basic model sets, model kits, not model kits, tool sets. Clippers and tweezers and things like that. So that's great. That'll be 15 new sets for those. They're really good. So yeah, you see the different transitions from hirsute man to boiled egg at the bottom. Wow, £200. Well done, Lewis. Really, really good. 211, Lewis says. That's really great. So thank you very much for that, Lewis. That's just awesome. Really is.
Yeah, well done, Lewis.
Yeah. Lewis was talking about the moth. A moment of humour. She was evil. Oh dear. That does sound awful. If you're scared of insects, I think I would be very upset if someone threw a spider at me. Wasn't nice. Steve says the moths are coming. My wife's the same. She doesn't like moths or daddy long legs.
Yeah, daddy long legs are evil. I don't understand why they were ever created, but
no. There's no place on this planet.
There's not really.
See, I don't mind daddy long legs because they're just not very wise, not very clever, are they? They kind of just around. That was, and they have no sense of direction, so I find them not threatening at all. I'm just looking around the room to see if there's any. Make sure they weren't listening,
because you worried they might hear you speaking bad of them.
Yeah. Lewis says hi, Steve. And Lewis says, yeah, he raised £211 so far, which is fantastic. If you go to Just Giving and you want to donate towards Lewis's hair shawning, then haircut, then you can go to Just Giving and just type in Models for Heroes and it'll pop up there as a search. But that's really good. Well done, mate. He doesn't like anything that flies. So Lancasters, Spitfires, things like that. That's brilliant. So we've got a few people watching. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming in. And let us know what you're up to in the comments. And we can have a chat with you and a bit of a link up with what you're doing. So what time is your show on then, James?
Yeah, my show's on today at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to shoot off at about 10:30.
Yeah.
Go and make myself beautiful. I will need an extra half hour.
What miracle are you going to perform?
We're going to be carrying on with the diorama, but we are at a stage where I really need to start doing some figure work. So I'm going to bite the bullet and do it live. So that could be interesting.
Right. Well, good for you. Are you going to do it all live or parts of it live?
Well, basically, I'm at a point where the figures are primed, as you can possibly see in a very unfocused camera.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're all primed, ready to go. So I'm going to pick I think I'm going to do the body of maybe this one and do his uniform, etc., and just concentrate on the body.
Yeah.
And I will probably. I've got two heads, luckily for the figures. So I've got one with a helmet and one without a helmet. So what I'm going to try and do this week is I'm going to try and do this one with a helmet off camera as a practice for myself. And if I feel comfortable enough, then I will do the one without a helmet live next week.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah. So that's the aim.
That's the aim. That's just the plan.
Yeah, the plan.
And how are you getting on with yours, Gary, so far?
Yeah, best.
Good. Well, I guess you're at an advantage in a way because you've already gone down that path, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you know there's not going to be any surprises for you.
No.
Nope. Right. Remove this gunkiness. Lewis says currently he's working on the HMS Belfast in 1/350th scale. So that's nothing that flies, is it? So what happened to your Lancaster? Is that still an ongoing project, or is just currently you're working on the Belfast? It's a nice little kit, that one. Is it the Ethics one? There we go. It's starting to get warm in here already. It's not even 10 o'clock. It was a real scorcher yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It's what you don't know what to do with yourself when it's so hot. You don't know whether to have the doors open, the windows open, or close the doors and the curtains and sit there with a fan, or what, you know?
Yeah.
Well, go on.
No, I was just going to say I had a strange day yesterday in that the night before, unfortunately, I didn't manage to really sleep. So I got to about halfway through the day and went, no, that's it, I give up. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I missed all the weather.
Is that because, or did you not sleep because of the debacle with your work, or because just temperature, or?
No. It was my mind was whizzing a bit. I don't think it's anything to do with work per se. I think it was just the heat more than anything else. I don't, because of my health, I always, whenever it's muggy, if it's get anywhere close to being muggy, I really struggle. Right. And it doesn't have to be that humid for me to start struggling. So it doesn't stress me as such because I'm used to it. But I just got to a point where I was just unable to sleep. So I was laying in bed next to my good lady who was sleeping away. And I just thought to myself, this is ridiculous. If I carry on, I'm going to wake her up. Yeah. So I got up and came down into the office and put the fan on, and I've managed to do about 3 or 4 hours worth of model making. So,
well, yeah, that's what they say. If you can't sleep, don't try and sit there and lie down and sleep. Just get up and do something.
Well, they always say, don't you, the bedroom should only be for sleep. It shouldn't be for anything else. So you shouldn't really have a telly in there. It should always be associated with sleep. And I just really, The problem with me is I start getting annoyed at the fact that I'm not sleeping. And then a snowball effect starts to happen where I get more and more frustrated at the fact that I'm frustrated and the fact that I'm frustrated about whatever I'm frustrated about.
Yeah.
So it's like a vicious circle. So I've learned now that the best thing to do is go and do something positive. And I hadn't managed to do much modelling that day anyway. So it was actually quite a positive in the end.
Great.
Apart from the fact my wife got up at 4:30 and went, why aren't you in bed? So I did manage to wake her up.
She missed you.
Yeah. Well, the problem is she has this habit of reaching out in the night to see if I'm there, and I don't really know why she does it. She'll know that I'm there, and then she'll carry on doing it through the night. So if I'm really lucky, I'll just get a tap, but most times I end up getting a punch in the head or something. Putting her arm out to see if I'm there.
Yeah.
So apparently she woke up every hour going, well, he should be in bed soon.
Yeah. Where is he?
At 4:30, she decided that she better check just to make sure I hadn't run away with the neighbour's cat or something.
Yeah, insomnia is an odd thing. It's I always get confused with why the human brain is so against us sometimes. You know, like why are you not playing ball? Why are you not helping me here?
It does work against itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know.
That's the funny part about it, is that realistically your brain is doing exactly the opposite of what it actually wants you to do or needs to do.
Yeah.
And then gets itself his knickers in a twist.
Yes. Yeah, you think it would be a bit more helpful.
Yeah.
My favourite organ is the brain. But then you got to think about who's actually thinking that. So let that one soak in for a minute. What about you, Gary? You suffer from insomnia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go a month and a half without sleep.
Gosh, not good for you, is it? Are you on sleeping tablets or anything like that?
I'm on sleeping tablets, but when you go through an old bad spell of nightmares and stuff, you don't sleep. You don't want to sleep.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And that's what happened to me last night at 4:00 this morning. I woke up and soaked the bed in sweat. And it's not nice, you know. So I thought, no, I'm going to tackle it this morning.
Good for you. Well done, mate.
I'm like James. Julie would turn around and hit me a slap to make sure I'm still in bed.
Isn't it funny how they do that?
It is.
I genuinely don't think I do it at all. I've never. Well, she's never said anything, so I'm assuming I don't do it. But it's just amazing how. I mean, remember it was about almost a month ago. She gave me a right hook. I was sleeping, and she literally gave me a right hook, and I'm just like, what the?
Yeah.
Where's that bit go?
See, when she wakes up, I say to her, "You all right? Did you sleep okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, I thought I slept fine." It's like, okay. Were you having any dreams or anything? No. Why? And eventually I ask all the questions to try and figure out, are you stressed about something? Are you worrying about something or anything like that? And then eventually I'll get to the point where I go, well, thanks for that. You managed to give me a right slap last night. And she's like, oh, did I? Oh. And then you can see that little grin go over her face. And it's, bless her heart. It's just like, oh, yeah, well, I'm sure you deserved it. Thanks. Didn't.
My kids are the worst for doing that.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't do it, but the kids do. You know, when they roll over, it's like having a windmill in the bed.
Yeah.
Everyone better look out. The good thing with the kids is you just lift them up and put them back in their beds. Although the little one's got a bunk bed, so that's usually quite a challenge to do.
Yeah, putting little ones in bunk beds is a challenge in itself. It's an art. I think it's an art form.
Well, you have to kind of do a squat, you know.
Yeah.
Squat, push, lift your legs.
It's not even easy putting them on the top bunk either, is it? Because it's
no. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I always found the bunk bed. It didn't matter which one it was, whether it was the top or the bottom. It was just always a nightmare. And I remember with one of my children regularly whacking their head on the ladder without meaning to, obviously. We're just like, oh, you're awake, are you? Well, you're sleeping in your bed now. No, I don't want to. Right, I'm just going to go mute a minute because I'm going to do some airbrushing.
All right. All right, then. Your kids are all grown up, aren't they, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cub 17 and the Cutties 19.
Ah. Are they studying or working? What are they doing?
The wee man, he wants to be a farmer, which he's fair play to the cub. He knows what he wants to do. And the Cutties hairdresser. Okay. Benjamin's going to the Finlands, the local college here, when it reopens, to do the plumbing course as well.
Oh, okay. That's good. Everyone needs a plumber.
Yeah.
It's quite satisfying too.
But it's still the bank of data. I don't think that ever changes.
Probably not. No, probably not. Well, if the bank keeps giving out money, then it will change, will it? If that's free cash that he's getting there.
Yeah.
Hope you're keeping the receipts, Gary.
I'm keeping the receipts, but it doesn't make no difference.
But it is nice to be able to support your kids, though, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, that's the way I looked at it. You know what I mean? I know it was different when I was growing up. You know, there wasn't that sort of. You weren't able to give that much money out, if you know what I mean, Malcolm. So
yeah.
So when I stopped drinking, I put all the money away to one side for the children.
Oh, wow. Wow. But they're very, very happy with that.
Yeah. Wee boy loves model farms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like tractors and things like that, you mean?
Yeah, tractors, and he has his own wee display case where he keeps his stuff.
Brilliant. Good, building a couple of tractors recently as well. Over the last, well, I said recently, over the last couple of years. I built the massive Ferguson, the Hella kit, which is really nice. It wasn't expensive either. It was only £22 or something.
Right.
And it's a really simple kit, but it builds to a really nice model.
It's one thing I've never built is an actual model tractor kit.
I quite liked it. It's the kind of thing you see everywhere. You know, everyone sees tractors everywhere. Well, if you live in the sticks anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something different than just military stuff. And it's something also. It's not a commercial thing either. It's not, you know, a race car or something. It's actually a usable machine. I quite enjoy doing it. And you can do it all weathered up and rusty and covered in horse crap, cow muck. Oh, Lewis says the Lancaster he's doing is only during his live streams. So he doesn't build it when he's on any other streams. So I guess it's the same what we're going to do with the Cowboys next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just to let everybody know, next week, Gary and I, and James, if he wants to join, are going to be doing a cowboy build, just like a little buddy build. Me and Gary, or whoever else, building something to do with cowboys or the Wild West, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got an idea of building, just like James has built his barn from scratch. I've got the idea of building a saloon or something similar in sort of 1/35 scale and weathering up the wood and doing all that sort of thing. Following James's wise instruction, no doubt. And what have you got, Gary?
I have a cowboy set that the horse has actually been killed by Indians, and I'm going to do that one, but I'm also going to make the wee small one and have him stand outside a sheriff's office.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe I can make the sheriff's office for you.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
So I'm looking forward to that. There's something different.
Yep, definitely. Well, it's because it's our retaliation for not getting the build.
Yes.
Models for Heroes group build subject we wanted, so we didn't do it anyway. So Models for Heroes have the Models Mess. Their group build for the next couple of months will be the Battle of Britain, as voted by the members of the Models Mess. And Gary and I were rooting for the Wild West, so we could do something to do with that. But never mind. Battle of Britain it'll be. You got your kits chosen for that?
Yes, I have. I have the Junkers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm just waiting now for the paint set to come now. I bought that MiG solution box to do with the whole German aircrafts during World War II. So comes with everything, wee book and everything. So people to read the book for help.
Yeah, that'd be good. I look forward to seeing that. In fact, I'm looking forward to the entire group build because there's lots of people getting involved with it, I've noticed.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Thomas's.
Oh, do you know what he's doing?
No.
Yeah. I can't tell you because I think he may have told me in confidence, but whatever Thomas is going to do, he's going to be amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
That Thunder Child looks fantastic.
Yeah, see how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got a potentially a model show in November, which is over towards Bristol. It's called Bugle Call. And as far as the organisers are concerned, it's going to be running, and they're going to do everything they can to keep everyone safe, make sure everyone is socially distant, and just carry on, try and do a model show as best they can. They've got the space, and I think they can do it. But they're really excited about trying to get this model show going. So hopefully by November we'll have somewhere to display it. That's if it's finished by November, of course. The plan is, go on.
Sorry, Malcolm. I was going to say that the Lean Centre sent me an email yesterday. They're looking now at definitely September time.
Okay.
To be, it all depends on the risk assessments they're waiting on.
Yeah. Local changes as well, aren't there? Local lockdowns and things that they have no control over. No,
there were 60 yesterday positive or tested positive in one town in not in Fermanagh, but in Northern Ireland.
Right.
60 people.
Yeah.
So still a wee bit scary.
Yeah. It's too many, isn't it? Should be 0 by now.
Yeah. Although
yeah, it won't be forever.
No, because I was in yesterday for the breakfast club, and I must admit, if it wasn't 8 bunches of French people, it must have been about 20.
Mm. Is everyone
All
staying
come.
back from each other?
No, you wouldn't believe it. They were on top of each other.
Mm. Did anyone say anything like, oi?
I sort of did, but Julie says, no, don't you be saying anything.
Well, surely the organisers would be all over it, wouldn't they?
And that is killing at the moment, Malcolm. No.
No. And do they not take your names and addresses for when you go in for track and trace?
No.
Blimey.
That's why I stay out of the local town completely.
Mm. Yeah, they're meant to. Because if you catch it, the NHS will want to know where you've been, who you've had contact with.
Yeah.
Who you've been snogging. In the chat, Lewis says he was karma was restored. He said last night as his wife put Connor to bed, his son. When we went to be found out that he had decided to open her Stobart Monte Carlo 1/16 rally cars.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, teaching kids about the delicacy of models is a difficult path to tread. It's not a it's not a hobby that really goes well with young children.
No.
My kids know to be careful of daddy's models, but accidents happen sometimes. And they if they're playing with a balloon or something in the lounge, they know they shouldn't be. They've got an outdoors for that. Where nothing can really be broken outside. But the worst, I'll tell you this story. The worst thing is the adults, not the kids. I think we've had this conversation before, but my mother-in-law came over to visit. This was before lockdown, and I think she was. I don't know where I was. I was probably at a model show or somewhere, and my mother-in-law was. Did we have my? Yeah, I think we had my uncle over as well, and the kids were there, and they were looking at the models. And my mother-in-law picked one of the youngest ones up. Said, "Look, you get a closer look if I lift you up." So she lifted them up so you could see, and she said, "Look at the propellers." And this was a A400, like this big C130, and it was on the shelf. And she said, "Look at the propellers," and she went to knock them so that it would spin. Of course, they don't spin. They don't spin. It's a model. They've been delicately glued in exactly the right position. So of course, instead of spinning, it fell off. Broke.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And then my father-in-law then said, "Oh, don't worry. I got some glue for that. I'll fix it." And Karen was like, "Don't fix it. Just leave it on the side and then say sorry, and that'll be it. Don't try and fix it because you made a massive lump of glue, and it won't be straight, and it won't be the right way around."
Yeah.
And it'd be worse. So she did the right thing by just leaving it because I can repair it. It's not a problem. But yeah, it's the adults you got to look out for.
I remember one of my models getting broken by an in-law, and had a similar thing. They said, "Oh, we'll fix that problem." So they went into where I had all my bits and pieces at the time, and glued a plastic model together with wood glue. And they never said nothing.
Did you not notice?
No, until I picked it up and it just pretty much fell apart. And I thought, that's it. What drew my attention to it was a great big glob of glue. And I was like, what? That's a bit strange. It's all painted everything. I meant to get glue on it. How have I done that? And picked it up to look at it. And it's just, right, okay. Has someone touched my models?
Yeah, your wife going, oh, you haven't done a great good job on that one.
Yeah, it happens. That's the one good thing for me is that all my kids are grown up and left. Funny enough, actually, a couple of weeks ago, my grandson came in. I'd left the door open to the room.
Yeah,
he came in and oh god, yeah, I went white apparently. Oh my god, don't let him touch anything! And all it was he wanted to sit in the chair. He wasn't interested too much in the models or anything.
Right.
Just wanted to sit on the chair because it swivels round and round and round. But I could just see him swiveling and push goes all the models. I'm like, oh, get him out of there!
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're like a cascade, isn't it, of models? You put the bottom one.
Yeah, I have more problems with my cat than I do children. But
yeah. Well, if you leave them out and about, they're gonna get hurt. Unfortunately. Yeah. They need to be in a cabinet or a case or in a box in the garage.
Oh, the models. Oh yeah, no, okay.
Well, not kids.
Don't want to put the kids or the cat into a cupboard. That might be classed as cruel.
No, I think it's frowned upon. Right, so this is just nearly dry. This first coat of PVA. We're going to do another one in a minute. Once that's done. I need to go and prime these rubbish piles that I've got. My camera seem really dark, or is it just me? Not too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad.
No. So I've got these piles of rubbish that I need to prime and paint up as well. These are going to kind of sit against the fence here. Yes. Got another one somewhere. A little pile of rubbish. It's quite fun to make. What was up here? That's not there. I'll find it.
Lewis is just saying there that Nat's just informed him, or told him to remember that to mention that it is a limited edition model, and there wasn't too much damage.
So when she says open her Monte Carlo Night 1/16 rally cards, do you mean open the doors of, or open the box of? Or, I mean, when you said open, I thought maybe it was like still in its box.
Still a kit, yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah. But no, maybe we'll try to get in it.
Possibly.
It's full of Playmobil or something, or Lego figures.
It does go in the door, Daddy. Look, watch.
Yeah. Do the doors open? Snap. Well, yeah, they do now.
Not that way, but yes.
Yes. I remember being at a military show where they were selling medals and militaria, basically. And it was kind of a free-for-all. You pick up something and look at it, and then you put it down. And I was there with a few models there, just starting to promote models for heroes. And I had a scout car, M8, is it? M20? I can't remember which one. Model of a scout car, 148, and it was sat there in the middle. And a guy comes along and picks it up. And just before I can say, please don't touch the models there, he picks it up and he's looking at it, and he puts it down on the ground and pushes it along to see if the wheels go around.
Oh
no! While he was saying, "Do the wheels go around?" And of course, no, they come off. He wasn't very apologetic, unfortunately. Never mind. Oh, and I also remember being at a Royal British Legion, and we had the Challenger 2 that had been donated to us. Do you remember the Models for Heroes livery on it?
Yes.
Yeah. We had that donated 3 years ago, and it still goes to every show with us. And There's a massive red sign that says "Please do not touch" right in front of the model, and then there's this old chap poking the end of the tank, poking the end of the barrel to see if the turret goes round.
Yeah.
Yes, the turret does go round, but you don't poke the end to move the barrel. To move the turret, you hold the turret. And anyway, I said, "Please don't touch." And he looked at me like, "How dare you?"
Yes. What do you mean I can't touch? I can push things around and pretend I'm a child.
Yes, I will. Yeah. You have to. Yeah, but I got another story as well. I shouldn't really. Let's just say one of the someone very important at a very big model manufacturer that we all know and love came over to our stand at Telford in Models for Heroes, and we had a rivet counter challenge going on, which was a big jar, and it's full of rivets. And the idea is that you count the rivets and then you guess how many rivets are in the jar, and then you win a prize if they're the closest. So it's a good play on the rivet counter, if you like. So I can guess the sweets. Anyway, there's a massive sign on top that Keith made that says "Do not touch," and it's on top of the jar. Okay, he comes along to play the game. Bless him. Picks up the "Do not touch" sign, moves it out of the way so that he can lift up the big jar of rivets. And this jar must weigh a good 6 kilograms. It's full of iron, and steel and God knows what else rivets are made of. But it's very heavy, and it's just a mason jar. And if it gets dropped, there is going to be many, many rivets on the floor. I can't tell you exactly how many. There'll be many, many rivets on the floor, and it would be a bit of a mess. So I very gently said, "Please don't touch the rivets." Put them down. I said, "See this sign?"
Yeah, if you just replace the sign on the "Do not touch" display.
Yeah, I understand you want to play and you want to get the best guess, but you must abide by the rules and play like everyone else. So as a kind of a joke, we sent him a copy of that "Do not touch" sign in the post a week later. So we'll never forget. Oh,
did he take it the way in which it was meant?
He did. Yeah, he did. I think he was just, excited to play the game.
Picking the jar up and seeing how heavy it is a good point to understand quite how many rivets there are.
No, I agree. I mean, it shows it shows that he was interested in the game and he was keen to get a good guess in. But yeah, geez, could you imagine? It would just be an absolute mess because there'd be glass everywhere and rivets everywhere. So going back to what Lewis was saying about the Monte Carlo model, it says no. He says open the box. It was unopened with a certificate in and everything. Oh, I see. Right, so it's a collector's item. Gotcha, it's not a model. Right. So the kids were opening up the box to get into the 1/16th rally car that was... I see. Yes.
Yes, I learned very, very early with my children. I bought my children a collector's car and said to them, "It's a collecting thing. You can sit on the shelf, you can look at it, but don't open the box. Leave it alone because one day it'll be worth money." And
how long did it last?
I think it was a couple of days. And I didn't realize for ages. And he was pushing this car around. I said, "That looks familiar." Myself, of course it's familiar. You would have bought it. You know what car she's got. And I suddenly clicked and went, "Is that thing you're not meant to touch?" "Oh yeah, I forgot that. But the box is all right." And I just looked at him, glared at him. I was like, "Right, okay, go and get the box." So he brought a box. He literally ripped the box apart to get the car out. And if I remember correctly, it was attached to a base. And he couldn't quite figure out how to get the base off because it was screwed on. So he just snapped the plastic, cut it off. Yeah, well, that's not collectible anymore. There you go. Do what you like with it now.
Yeah.
And on the vein of collecting things, I remember my my local postmaster. I went in there one day to pick some bits up, and he said to me, "Your son?" Well, I'm like, "What's he done?" I said, "Yeah." He said he was in the other day. I said, "Oh, was he?" That's interesting because he doesn't ever have any money unless I send him down there with something. All right. He said, "Yeah, I thought you might want to keep this, so I put it to one side." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And it was a £5 coin.
Oh.
I bought £5 coins for when they first did them, for one each for the children. And one of my sons had found it in a drawer and gone down the post office and bought some sweets with it. Bless him.
So the post office had kept the £5 coin.
Yeah, he put it to one side. Because I wasn't super regular, but I went in there every now and again. It was when I was working. I worked at the local school,
right,
helping out because I was unemployed at the time. So
yeah.
But yeah, so he knew me and he knew my children because I've been in there with them. So yeah, luckily he put it to one side and said to me, I wasn't sure whether you would want to spend it or not. And I said, "You're dead right. I didn't want to spend it." How embarrassing. I haven't got that amount of cash with me. I will come back.
Yeah.
But bless him, he gave me the coin. He said, "It's okay, just drop me a fiver in at some point."
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah.
I bet you gave him £5 worth of telling off too.
I actually went in the house and picked everything up that was in the drawer and put it in a safe box.
Right.
And didn't say very much about it until I'd realised my son had been down a sweet shop. And then I said to him, "Where'd you get your money from?" And he's like, "Oh, it's some money that you give me." And no, it's not. You didn't have any money. You spent it all. And by the way, that £5 I managed to get back. Don't ever do that again.
Cheeky.
Yeah. He was a right entrepreneur.
Oh, is that the word?
Yeah. What he was doing was he was buying sweets, taking them to school and selling them to his friends at a profit.
Oh, well, okay.
So he'd used the £5 to start himself off, but obviously then he'd got a little bit of profit and thus it carried on. So yeah, I got called into the school and asked to explain why my son thought it was fine to have his own tuck shop. I said, "I have no idea. He doesn't have. He had a paper round, so he said that money goes into a bank. So I don't quite know how he's funded it." And yeah, that's how the story evolved.
Huh.
Bless him.
Well, you can't really tell him off for being an entrepreneur.
Well, yeah, I did have to because it turned out 2 weeks later that he wasn't delivering the papers; he was just setting fire to them. So, yeah, I got a parent said to me, "Does your son does the local papers?" I said, "Yeah, of course he does." Said, "Oh, I haven't had one for weeks." Really? He said, "Well, they've been. I know they're coming because they're outside the front house." So then he changed. We talked to the guy who did the newspapers, and they changed his route so it wasn't so local. Which, in hindsight, was a really bad move because it meant I had to drive him everywhere. But yeah, he did that. He did it twice. He did that a second time after he'd been caught and told off. And then that was it. I made him give the job up because that's not how it works.
No. Jeez. Well, it's a lesson, isn't it? I guess for the old for the kids.
Yeah, no. We let's face it. As children, we all make mistakes, didn't we? And all did things that we shouldn't have done. I'm not alone in that. So it's all part of the joy of growing up.
Yeah.
But as a parent, it's even funnier when you get on the phone and moan to your mum about it. And she then goes, "Yeah, but you did this." Like, "Oh, that's not the point."
You were worse.
I told you many years ago, whatever you do, you'll get back twice fold from your own.
That's right. Your kids will be even worse.
So yeah, I just sit here giggling to myself, waiting for my grandchildren to grow up a little bit more, and then I can say exactly the same thing to my kids.
Yeah. Right, I've got the second coat done, so let's see what I can do on here now. Thomas is in. Oh, he said he's lost a good friend this morning. That's a shame. So he'll probably come on later once he's sorted his head out. Oh, sorry about that, Thomas. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Thomas.
Happens too often, doesn't it? I lose a lot of people. Right. Not quite sure what to do next then. Maybe have a look at this. These grills in front. So Keith sent me these photo etch mesh, I guess, that I've used on here. I've painted up black, and this one here has got quite a nice curve to it. So I thought I might use that one in the front, but not have it so it's all the way to the top. Just have it so it's been wound down or something, you know. So yeah, I'm going to do that for this one. Oh, Steff's in. Hello, Steff. Hang on, I've got to press the button before I say hello. There he is. Hello, mates. Morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good morning, all. Morning, morning, Gary.
Morning, Steff.
Morning, Steff.
I am good, thank you very much. Just popping on for a bit.
Yeah, no worries. How's your bomb carrier coming on?
Oh,
There you go.
would you look at that?
Ooh.
It's glossed.
Ooh.
I don't know whether you can see it, but I've nicked. No, you can't see it. Can't see the edges. It's too bright. But
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
got all the edges with the old copy decks.
Right.
So it's glossed and it just needs a bit of jobber.
A bit of what?
Jobber.
Oh, a bit of jobber. Gotcha.
Hammering.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's quite fun, that one.
sit and do that.
Yeah. What are you going to do? What, are you going to put it with anything?
No, I've just got a small bit of wood, about that big,
Okay.
and I'm just going to pop it on and, well, paint the wood red, sort of like an aircraft pan. So concrete, and put some aircraft markings on there and just park it in front of it.
Yeah.
As though it's sat there waiting, ready.
That's a good idea.
So
To make it a little vignette all on its own.
yes.
That's cool. Well, you have to take some pictures and send it to the Rafa.
Oh yes, I'm doing that. Oh,
Have you decided what you're going to do with the Battle of Britain yet? Exactly.
oh, you know, I told you.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I wondered if you'd definitely decided which one was going to be which. That's all.
Oh yes, I've decided which one's going to be which.
Is it going to be the right way around or the wrong way around?
Oh. One man terrorist is another man freedom fighter.
Oh, I like that.
All depends which way your cookie crumble.
That's right. Depends which side you were on. Yeah.
And you just got to remember who has the cookies.
That's
Malcolm
really.
normally.
Sorry?
Malcolm normally.
Yeah, that was pre gallbladder issues. Now I just have the fruit. Back in the day. Good old days. I'll have snacks for days.
Yep. Well, I'm just popping on for half an hour because I've got to go and cook breakfast in a bit.
Oh, right. No
Oh,
way.
wonderful. What have we got for breakfast?
We've got egg and bacon rolls.
Nice.
Oh, with a nice pair of soft white baps.
Nothing like a nice pair of. Yeah, leave it.
Leave it.
That's going to
Leave
come
it.
out wrong. No matter how I try and put it, it's not going to come out well.
There's nothing wrong with a pair of soft white baps.
No. Think of the children.
We are live to the nation. It's still got swear.
Yeah, I was thinking more of a line from a film, which escapes me what film it was now. Oh,
I know.
hell.
Wasn't Planes, Trains and Automobiles by any chance?
No, it was Saving Private Ryan.
All right. Which
Where-
version?
Where Ryan is retelling a story of his last time he saw his brothers.
All right. Okay. Cool. So it wasn't Shaving Ryan's Privates then.
No, not that one.
Okay.
That's the other one.
Yeah, that's the other version.
Yeah, it was his brothers. One of his brothers catching the other brother in a barn with a unattractive young lady. That was very well put, wasn't it? I like that. Lady having a bad experience of falling out of the ugly tree. That was it.
And the one that hit every branch on the way down, hit the trampoline at the bottom, and then hit them all on the way back up again.
Yeah, that's the one.
Another one there.
How are we all getting on? You got your cockpit worked on, Gary?
Yeah.
So what have you done to your cockpit, Gary?
Just put a wee bit of primer on it there.
Oh yeah.
What's this one for?
The one that I smashed.
Oh, yeah, the Apache.
Yeah.
Cool. When did that turn up?
About a week ago now, but it was sort of playing in the back of my mind. And I had a bad dream about it last night, and I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, watched the whole thing, and then I had a bacon, sausage, and black pudding roll.
Oh,
Well, he didn't mention that before.
Oh, sorry, did I not mention that?
No,
that's just wrong.
kept that quiet.
That's just wrong, honestly. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, egg and bacon bap. Oh, that'd be lovely. And now he's just thrown the gauntlet down.
With black pudding in it as well.
Oh, yes. Why can't the shops be open? Oh, they are. It's 10 o'clock. Nom nom.
Yeah, be right back.
Okay. Okay, I've got a question for you.
Yes,
What is better, black pudding or white pudding?
both.
It all depends on your taste. They are both just as nice as each other.
Yum, 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 yum.
I've never had white pudding. What is white pudding?
Black pudding without the blood.
Ow. What's the point of that?
It's very nice.
It's very nice. That's the point.
It is.
Well, is it just like sausage then?
No.
No.
It's pretty much the same as black pudding, but white. And
Right.
there is a taste differential.
Right, never had it. Didn't know.
Try it, Malcolm. It
Oh.
is lovely. If you like black pudding, you'll like white pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew it existed, and I was introduced to it at a cafe. Yeah, I can't get enough of it now. I love it.
Oh, I've got Keith waiting in the wings. Should we let him in?
Yep.
Yeah, no, as well.
Yeah, may as well. See what he's up to.
Yeah, got to keep the old sod out of trouble.
Good morning, Keith.
Good morning. I heard people talking about breakfast, so I thought, well, I'll come and join you.
So, hang on, somebody's talking about breakfast. What did you have this morning, buddy?
Caroline slipped out to church, so I have my Oatabix this morning.
Oatbix.
And my bits of fruit.
Oh,
I thought you were going to tell us Caroline nipped out to church, so I had a fry-up.
No, she would have spotted that when she came home.
Yeah, more than likely.
yeah.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
Oh, I've had my ration of toast this morning with marmalade and no butter on it.
Oh, mate, bless you.
Cup of tea with red milk in it.
A bit of bread and dripping without the dripping.
Yeah, something like that. And
Are you allowed the bread?
yes, I know they have the bread. Hallelujah. I know the bread. I'm a lover of bread, so that's fine. I had a really nice French baguette yesterday with some soup. I do like my bread. What are you working on there, Keith?
A very tiny person. The rest of her is in the bag.
Good Lord. Have we joined you at a bad time?
No, it's the girl that goes with the clown. I bring that up.
Okay, gotcha.
See that?
Yep.
Yeah, she goes with the clown. Got her straight in that.
Yep.
And I thought it's time to start putting her together, because the clown's going to need a little bit of spraying on the body just to tone him down a bit. And I thought I can work on this for a few minutes. Back to the van and empty the van out a little later, because that's full of welding gear and tools.
Right.
So I'll do the van a bit later, but I thought, well, I'll come up and have a few minutes as Caroline's gone out.
Yeah.
She won't be back till 11 o'clock, so that works about right.
Right, okay. You can't be rumbled then.
She knows.
Oh, I see.
There's not much I can get away with without Caroline knowing what I'm up to.
No, someone will tell her.
Well, she's talking about getting a new phone so she can go on Facebook, and I thought, oh dear.
Oh gosh. What? No, you don't do that. Change your name.
The way round it, Keith, is to go and buy her a new phone that doesn't have internet access.
My daughter bought her one that does. Well, she got upset the other day because cousin phoned her up and told her what our daughter was doing. No, because I'd forgotten to tell her.
I see. Does she not use Facebook at all then?
No. No, I have told her she could.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used Facebook for in the very early days, so that I could keep up with my folks. Just send them pictures of what we're up to and things. It's in the early days.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing that I did with it originally, was just keeping up with some of the friends and different things, and it has always been very good for that.
Yeah. So can you show us what you've got up on there? What you've been working on?
Right, if I turn that down, I've got a face that's has become quite startling, I think. So I've got the clown makeup on him, and he's done the hands, like the washing and things like that. It's difficult to get the light right here, but I will photograph them with a proper camera. And
Okay.
the body now has got the coloured dots on him and everything else. But like I said, he just needs a dirty wash over him, and I want to try doing that with a spray gun.
Okay.
And that will then mean he can be assembled. And I thought, well, if I start on the girl, I can start assembling the girl, because she's going to have to be assembled and then painted.
Yeah. How horrifying.
It is quite a thing. It's but it's something, it's almost sort of dark humor, I suppose. It's quite.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was something quite different. Looked at it.
Something different.
And I shall do when I get her done. I can start on my dragon girl that my daughter gave me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Have you started that one at all?
She's a. No, not yet. It's a dragon head, which perches on the shoulder of the dragon handler. It is just a head and shoulders bust with an extra dragon head just to lean over its shoulder and on her shoulder and look at her.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I've also got to start masking up for the hurricane.
Ah. Yes.
I need to get the hurricane done as well.
Awesome. Well, Ross Medlock is in. This is morning, lads. Morning, Ross.
Morning, Ross.
Thanks for joining us.
Morning.
What are you up to, Ross? What are you building? What's on the bench? Right, I'm just going to unplug my headphones a sec. I need to find a windscreen that I dropped on the floor.
Oh, dear.
Back in a minute.
Okay.
Keep the carpet monster fed.
Oh, yes.
Grey. Hmm.
Doink.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, you drop something on the floor and it disappears completely out of existence.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It's literally by my foot as I got up to look, because the light wasn't shining on it, so I couldn't see it. I got it.
No, Keith got it.
Is it matching?
Golden Trucker says, "Morning, Ross. How are you?" There he is. That's a hell of a yellow dinosaur you've got as your avatar there, Lewis. Is there a story behind that? Is it a special inflatable dinosaur? Has it a name? We got a new dishwasher delivered this morning. It was very exciting in the household.
Cool.
I was very excited to see a new dishwasher arrive. We've been saving up for a new one for quite a while.
By the sound of it, Malcolm, you need a new washing machine as well, because your other one's a bit noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been needing a new washing machine for quite a while. It's not noisy when you close the door.
Yeah.
Or if it's not on spin, it's fine.
Cool. Right, that's done. So I just need to flatten it and then stick on its board.
Hey, that was a little short kit, wasn't it?
What are you trying to say, Malcolm? Are you knocking my height again?
Who said that? No, it's a nice little quick build, wasn't it?
It is. Nice little build. Nice little build. Yeah, so make a little vignette and then that's it done. Job.
Yeah. Do they do others like that? Do you know?
Yes, they do. Just do a search for. Throwing the bloody packet away now. You would have to say that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Excuse the bald head. Yeah, just do a search for a model.
Right. Okay.
That's it. But I believe that they also do those Russian nukes as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. A model.
Yes, A model. E models have them.
Do they? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna take a look.
Yep. Right then, I'm off to cook my breakfast because I am starving.
Well done. Thanks for
Enjoy.
popping
See you later, guys. Bye.
Cheers, Steff.
See you
in,
later.
buddy.
Gary.
Bye. Excuse me. So Ross on his bench is 135 pink penguins, a leopard on the bench, but on hold at the moment due to not being able to use my wrists after an angiogram on Monday. Oh, ouch. Yeah, I've seen these pink things. Are these the ones that you were showing on Festa's workshop? Are they the same ones? Model making trucker says his avatar, it's Greg the Dino, and I've taken many photos with him in different places. Like the bath. Okay. All right. And he's also doing a 5D picture from Harry Potter, 50 by 60. What's a 5D picture? Oh, a 4D picture is. That's a 5D picture. Anyone know?
It's a 4D picture with one extra D.
One extra dimension.
Must have time involved in it as well, then.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. Oh, diamond art. Oh, is that right? Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah. It's quite nice, that diamond art, the things that you can make with it. Steve's wife was doing some diamond art. Some of them look a bit odd, to be fair. Look a little bit strange. But he had an angel, I think it was. It didn't look quite right. I think it's just the face was too far away, and it was only like 10 pieces just to make the face up. So you had to really, really, really squint to see what it was. But yeah, a lot of them very nice. Nice bright colours. Diamond art, yeah. Thank you, Dexterous Crafter. Model making instructor says, "Oh no, I've been found." Those who don't know, Dexterous Crafter is married to Model Making Trucker, so they will hopefully behave. Ross says, morning, Dexterous. And Dexterous Crafter says, morning, gents. Hello, hello. Right, that's the windscreen on. You see that?
Nice.
Okay. So just hand cut. Make sure they're the right size. Cut it out. Stuck it in. So what I'll do, I'm planning on weathering up the back window a lot. Cover up the gluing mess that I did. So that'll be really weathered up anyway. And then across the bottom here will be weathered as if dust has kicked up. Not too much, just enough. And then I might somehow mask the windscreen wipers, because that always looks quite good. Or I might just leave it as it is. No, I don't know. No, we'll see. Mask the line of the windscreen wipers. That's what I meant. Yes. The bigger the better the image. Bigger is better when it comes to diamond art. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't do detail very well, does it? Model Making Trucker says, don't say that too loud.
I think that's a bit like an oil painting, Malcolm.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You've got to look at it from the right distance.
Yeah, a bit like my models. My models always look better from a couple of miles away with binoculars.
I give people dirty binoculars to look at mine.
Yeah. Well, there's things kids used to have. You have the wheels in them, and then you look through the binocular things.
That's the 3D
press
viewer.
the wheel. Yeah, that's right. You can get one of those. So here you go. Look at my model through these. It looks much better. And you're going to have like loads of like nice tanks and things in there. Pictures. This is what my tanks look like. Mark's in. Thomas says he's back in the room. He says, my local village art group lady that made me come out every Monday before lockdown made me paint and draw something each week. She sadly died this morning. She suddenly became ill last week, and she would give me a bollocking for being maudlin. So here I am. Oh, well done. Well, she would have wanted you to carry on, I'm sure. Oh, that'll be she'll be sorely missed then if she was the local village lady. Sorry about that, Thomas. Mark says, morning, chaps. He's out playing with bang stuff today. Have a great session. A Fisher Price Viewmaster. That's the one. Yeah, that's it. They'd never know. All right. So, James, you'll have to give me some tips on weathering the wood and how best to cut it and construct it, because your barn.
Okay.
Going to be doing next Sunday. I'm going to start on a Wild West themed construction, probably a saloon.
Right.
So I need some a voice.
Okay, what sort of, are you going to use balsa wood or?
I don't have any, so it will have to be not cocktail sticks, the other ones.
Plastic card?
No, the lolly sticks.
Coffee stirrer.
Oh,
No,
coffee
lolly
stir.
sticks.
Stirring
Okay.
sticks.
No, not stirring sticks. Lolly sticks.
Okay.
I've got some of those. And just I mean, what do you use to glue them? What do you use to cut it? What do you use to paint it?
Okay, so I can do that now. For glue, I personally, if I'm working with glue, if I'm working with glue, I generally will use glue.
What?
It's going to be a long day, isn't it?
Thanks for the advice. Great tip.
All right, mate. You know, anytime. I like.
That's why we have you on here.
Absolutely, a fountain of knowledge, I think they call it.
Yeah, mine's a sewer, but go on.
So, if I'm not using balsa wood glue, then I will use this Gorilla Wood Glue. It does what it says on the tin, although it's a different product. But there you go. So that's what I would use.
Okay.
If you're going to use stirry sticks and stuff like that, you've got two options. You could go down the like wood varnish type thing and colorant, but that's an expensive option. So I would just prime it. Then I would use
What would you prime it with? Just regular.
just regular. Well, it depends on the paints you're going to use, but just if you're using acrylic paints, I would just use an acrylic primer like you would do normally.
Yeah.
And then treat it like you would do normally a model. So I would then go on top of that with. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. So I would use that color, which is natural wood.
Right.
And that would be my base. And then I would go over the top of that with a browny sort of color, depending on what sort of color you want the ending to be like.
Yeah.
I would either use what would I use? A flat brown or it's probably just a flat brown be fine. So that sort of color. So you've got those two sort of colors going on.
Yeah, I see.
When you put the brown on top of the lighter color, I would water that down quite a lot and use the brush bristles effectively to give you the wood grain.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you wouldn't rely on the actual grain of the wood itself.
No, because you're going to prime it. You're going to lose some of it to a point, aren't you? Depending on the material you use.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the route I would go. Okay. And then I would potentially go over the top of that with like a dot filter of come on, James, brain's not working. With a burnt umber sort of colour.
Oh yeah, like just regular paint or ink or.
Yeah, you could use ink. You can use paint, or that being oils or acrylics. So yeah, I would use a burnt umber, which is quite dark. Here you go. I'll show you in these forms. So those would probably be the four colours that I would use.
Mm-hmm.
So the oils here, you've got burnt sienna and burnt umber. So the burnt sienna is fairly similar to the flat browny sort of colour. But you can darken or lighten that up with a bit black or white. So that would be my route.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm looking forward to doing that.
Just a few layers. That's all you need to do. And like I say, if you get the lighter colour down on the base, and then thin coats of whatever colour on top of that.
Right.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Well, I look forward to doing it. I have to plan it out, aren't I? What exactly I'm going to do. Did you plan your barn? Or you just kind of start?
I generally don't tend to plan too much. With that barn, no. I knew what I wanted in my head, and I just it sounds awful, but I just threw it together.
Well, you wouldn't know. It looks like you'd been working on it for a very long time.
Oh, bless me. No, it's just I tend to find, for me personally, that if I pontificate too much, then I create myself other issues. So
yeah,
and as it wasn't a full building, it was just a part on the corner. It's not really worth planning that. It's just a case of
right.
But yeah.
You see Thomas's comment about the balsa wood? Second one up.
Says old James, with balsa wood, there is a trick to the trade for gluing large strips together when you clamp them side about. So pinch of salt in the glue prevents this. Oh, right, that's cool.
A pinch of salt, does that seal it quicker or make it go off quicker? Or just give it more grip?
Just gives it more grip. So when you clamp it down, it stops them sliding about. Sorry, I completely read that wrong. So I'll read it again. It says, balsa wood, there is a trick in the trade of gluing large strips together. When you clamp them, they slide about. So a pinch of salt on the glue prevents this. There you go. That makes more sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He then says underneath that spray. Oh, that's interesting. Spray bleach onto balsa before priming. It ages it. Oh no, hang on. Am I reading that right? Let me read it properly. Spray bleach on the balsa before priming makes it age. A liberal bit of wire wool gets even more texture. Spray again with bleach. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So wire wool, just literally scrape it up.
Yeah, the wire wool will give it more texture, so it's not. It doesn't look like a new bit of wood.
Yeah.
I did that on my on the barn.
Good.
It's texture's there, but it's not very obvious. So yeah, that's the other thing I would say to you as well. Is plan it out a little bit of what you're going to do, and do the texture parts before you get too far along on the other parts. Because what I did with the barn was I glued it all together, primed it, started painted it, and then suddenly looked at it and went, "Wow, it looks like it's brand new." That doesn't make sense. So I'd missed that step. So yeah, methodical approach to it as always.
Yeah. Okay.
Dexter Crafter is saying that she's going to shoot off because she's going to get Sunday roast ready. Thank you, gents.
Ooh, wow. God, Sunday roast for a long time.
Ross is saying that where's my invite? And Nat has replied with the size of the joint. I reckon I could feed half the modelling community, Ross. Wow, right, we're on our way.
Well, there's a promise.
I've just got to put a post up to say that I won't be doing the Sunday parade. I'm going for dinner.
Sounds like an invite to me. Sounds like a challenge.
Right, on that note, I'm going to slope off and go and get myself ready.
Yeah, go and get ready for your show. So your show is on at 11.
Yep, 11.
And it will be available to watch on the
Model Officers YouTube.
Why don't you tell everyone?
On the Model Officers YouTube today at 11 o'clock till 12:30 is myself playing around with my diorama, which is there.
Yeah.
And today we are going to be concentrating on our figures.
Yeah.
Come and join us and see how I get on.
Oh, I can't wait. That'll be good. Gary, are you on line today as well?
Yeah, I am indeed.
Time?
Yeah, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Lovely. 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And that's on the Famana Models EC Facebook group.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Do you plan on going on YouTube as well?
Yeah, we are, Malcolm, but it just hasn't happened yet. But we are planning to go on YouTube as well.
Gotcha, mate. Cool. Cheers then, James. Thank you very
I
much.
should slope off. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
Have
see you
fun.
soon. Be good.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, James.
He's got to go out with his shower and his shave, and he's got to get into makeup early. You know, do his transformation. Oops. How's the Apache coming? How's your Apache coming, Gary? Oh, not there. I'll ask him in a minute when he gets back. Oh, Keith's doing something obviously very loud. Like he's drumming. You all right, Gary? Gary. Oh, maybe he's muted us.
No, I haven't.
Oh, there he is. There he is. You're right.
Yeah, I was just getting the figures that I was going to show you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be. Yeah. I got a new one yesterday. I got that one there. Got that figure there yesterday.
Yeah. Who makes that one?
Masterbox.
Oh, lovely.
And that's one of my sets there I'm going to be doing.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Awesome.
And also that wee bio as well.
Hey. Now, is he the one that they sent you in error?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the sheriff one to come, but I'm going to put the two of them beside each other, stand outside a sheriff's office with the wee sign hanging from it.
Yeah, yeah. The wanted
So
poster or something?
Yeah, well, that's the ones I'm going to be working on.
Oh,
actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, we do a wanted poster with Steff's face on it.
Yeah.
Or a face of your choosing, of course. And how's the Apache coming along?
Yeah, I've got the wheels stuck on, got it all primed.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for this to dry and then I can get it painted and hopefully stuck in this afternoon.
Yep. And that's when the fun starts with the seams.
Yeah. I was sort of mastering it the last time, all right, you know, so
yeah. Well, you got sorry, go on.
I'm just trying not to think too far ahead at the moment, just a wee bit at a time with this one.
Definitely. Well, you got plenty of seam practice with the horser, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
The horser. I think the horser turned out very well.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really, really good.
I made a big square box for it. I'll put proper pictures up online later on.
Yeah.
I've done a wee bit of first time I've done woodwork. I think it's a pretty. Didn't think it's too bad. I want to put like a wee engraving side on the side of it, like a wee engraved black.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, have a look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to put two poppies on either side of it as well.
Right. Oh, nice. Nice. Thomas says James's show is the Steve Jobs show. His black t-shirt he wears. And Louis says you best have strong teeth, though. I guess he's talking about the roast that his wife's making. Keith, you there?
I am here, yes. Sorry, I was using a Dremel, so I muted myself out.
Yes, that's right. Question for Keith. Thomas says, the Dremel extension engraver, mine gets very hot on the handle. Do you have the same problem?
I never use it for very long, but it could get quite warm. Yes, they can get a bit warm. I've never had one apart to look at them, but like I said, I normally do fairly small amounts. Thomas is most likely chewing through lots of stuff with it, which will make it get hotter. But like I say, this is I very use this one. If I'm doing much, I'll very often go and get I've got a compressed air driven die grinder, and I use that for a lot of things.
Okay.
But this is just quite handy in the room.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't have to run up an air compressor for it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I find it very nice. This is a fairly modern one which I bought, so it's the 3000.
Oh, nice, lovely. Yeah,
It's
so
variable speed, and normally I'm doing fairly low speed work with it because you're just trying to do something so you can control it. And it was the bits in the bottom of the dress for the feet to go into. They were molded convex, and I wanted them concave for the glue to set in. So I've just chopped them out a little bit.
lovely, got you. Yes, there you go. Use it sparingly, I guess, and the temperature will stay down.
I think that's the difference because the way Thomas will be using it, he'll be using his a lot, I expect.
Possibly, yes.
And I just use one very occasionally. I find otherwise I take too much off everything.
Yes, yeah. Lewis says that chopper looks massive. It's I believe it's the 148, isn't it, Gary? Or 72nd? Oh, your mic's muted, buddy.
Sorry, 148, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yes, it is big. Once you get the rotor, yeah, gosh. Thomas says, Gary, on YouTube is a cowboy stunt team called the Arizona Ghost Riders. A lot of reference for you on there. So if you can find the stunt show, it's quite funny to watch. The Arizona Ghost Riders.
Thank you, Thomas. I was going to ask you, Thomas, how do you make a cactus?
Ooh. Is that a joke or is it a question?
No, I'd like to put the final last stand with the soldier and the horse with the cactus to one side on it. I was just wondering, Thomas, could you help me with that one, please?
Do you mean like the kind of iconic one with the arms pointing upwards, you know?
Yes.
There you go. That's fixed it. Will you read that?
Yeah. Thanks, Thomas. Didn't know you could even get them in a kit form.
No, I didn't know. Brilliant advice. Get a kit. I didn't know you could.
I didn't even think I might even look online.
That's funny. You want a scratch build one, do you?
Yeah, I just wonder, like a wee, not a too small of a one, just something in the background.
Hmm. Saguaro cactus. Thomas says, which means arms was about 20 feet tall. Well, you just want a little one, do you? Right, I think we'll we'll close it down there, chaps.
No problem, Malcolm.
Okay.
It's 11:15. There is James' show coming up in about 15 minutes. So go and tune into the model officer. He will be very excited to see you, and he's going to be carrying on with his barn diorama and his cart, I believe. So yeah, thanks, Gary. Thanks, Muddy.
Thank you, Malcolm.
You'll be on it too,
Yeah.
won't you?
See you.
Cheers, Keith. Take care.
Cheers. Yeah, will do.
We'll be back on a Model's Mess tomorrow. Gosh, yeah, 12 and 8. Yeah. Time flies, doesn't it? I can't believe it's Sunday already again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play with my new dishwasher.
Okay, Malcolm.
Very excited. And take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon.